Hello, and welcome to the very first broadcast of Grandma Hour Radio. My name is Victoria, and I am your not-so-grandma of a host, more of a grandmother at heart, really. I am 28, but have always been interested in history and culture. I grew up watching older shows and movies just out of interest, as well as enjoying music from all decades of American history. Recently, I started compiling playlists of vintage songs along the theme of an old-time radio and have been uploading those to YouTube, but that really inspired me to start more of a real radio style program. So if you have any suggestions or input on things you would like to hear, feel free to let me know and I'll see what I can do. Now, today's broadcast will be focused on the 4th of July, also known as Independence Day, a time where we celebrate our beginnings as a nation and our independence from England. I will be sharing various patriotic songs from times past and adding tidbits of fun facts along the way. So to start us out here, I'd like to share a well-known piece from the Declaration of Independence, which goes like this. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now let's tune in to a few songs. The first is called God's Country, sung by Judy Garland and composed for the musical called Babes in Arms, which was released in 1939.
Judy Garland will sing God's Country. Come on, Judy.
Hear ye, if you're frowning and worrying. Hear ye, if your life is all wrong. Stand up, this is no time for worrying. Stand up and give up with a song. Hi there, neighbor, go in my way. East or west on the Lincoln Highway. Hi there, Yankee, give up with a great big stanky. You're in God's country, where grass is greener, timber taller, mountains bigger and trouble smaller. Hi there, chappie, look over the seas, be happy. You're in God's country. 100 million rooters can't be wrong, so give a hand, give a hand, give a cheer for your land. Where clouds are broader, freedom greater, every man is his own dictator. Hi there, Yankee, give up with a great big stanky. You're in God's country. If your point of view is drab, take a quick vacation. Fill your car with what it takes and drive around the nation. Leave your troubles all behind, dust off your machinery. Sweep those cobwebs off your mind and view this nation's scenery. Turn your faces to the east, watch a lovely sunrise. Fill your soul with morning sun, there is work that must be done. You will find it lots more fun if you stand up and sing.
Let's wave the flag for Uncle Sammy.
Jesso's mother and Joseph's mammy.
Hi there, Yankee, give up with a great big thank you.
You're in God's country.
The steak and taters on the table.
Got Robert Taylor and Clarky Gable.
Hi there, neighbor, you don't need a toilet saver.
You're in God's country.
100 million rooters can't be wrong, so give a hand,
Give a smile
give a cheer.
for your land.
We got Garbo, lots of other,
We've got 3 of them for Mark's brothers.
and one for Yankee, he's right for a man called Frankie Rutherford.
Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a swing band, put a trombone to his lips and swung it mighty dandy. Yankee Doodle, play it loud. Oh, now play it soft. Play those drums back there, Paul.
That last song, I'm sure all of you recognize it, but it is called Yankee Doodle, and that was just a rendition of it that was done by Jack Teagarden, and that was recorded in 1941. As we all know, Yankee Doodle has been around for a very long time, so I was personally curious where exactly it came from. So after digging around a bit, I found that the tune itself dates far back into the 15th century in Europe. But the song as we know it showed up around the 1750s or so, and then it was actually used by the British during the early battles of the Revolution to taunt the colonists. But as the colonists started to gain ground in the war, it was reported that the colonial soldiers returned the insult at one point, singing, "How do you like us, Yankee Doodles and dandies now?" From that point on, the tune kind of caught on as an anthem used by the American Continental Army. Now for a few more songs.
Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. While you've a Lucifer to light your fag, smile, boys, that's the style.
What's the use of worrying? It never was worthwhile.
So pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. Keep on smiling, boys, no worry is worth the while. Can you smile?
Hey, Mr. gloomy, Gus, you'll miss the bus. So smile, smile, smile.
Smile, darn you, just for a while.
Ain't that a rainbow up ahead of us? We're traveling right in style.
What's the use of worrying? Worry, 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 worry. No, it never was worthwhile.
Oh, pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. They missed us by a mile.
So pack up your troubles in your kit bag and smile, smile, smile. He was a famous trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone with the draft. He's in the army now, a blowin' reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. They made him blow a bugle for his Uncle Sam. It really brought him down because he couldn't jam. The captain seemed to understand, because the next day the cap went out and drafted a band, and now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a toot, a toot-a-toot, a toot, he blows it eight to the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless the bass and guitar is playing with him. He makes a company jump when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. He was a boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. And when he plays boogie-woogie bugle, he was busy as a bee. And when he plays, he makes a company jump eight to the bar. He's a boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. Do-do-do-do-da-da, do-da-da, do-do, he blows it eight to the bar. He can't blow a note if the bass and guitar isn't with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's a boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. To sleep with boogie every night and wakes them up the same way in the early bright. They clap their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays. When someone gives him a beat, he really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. When he plays reveille, he's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B.
Now the songs just played all came out of the world wars to boost patriotism in the country. And something that I have been curious about is how the country celebrated Independence Day during World War II. So I would like to take a look at that, as well as explore the history of using fireworks, right after this commercial message.
Sorry, Marge, can't help today.
Sorry, Marge. Got an appointment.
I need a home permanent, but nobody will help me.
Nobody needs to, Marge. Now Lilt gives you all the help you need. New picture directions, simple. Winding alone's easy with sponge end papers. Only Lilt's got 'em. Squeeze on lotion and neutralizer. You've done it. Beautifully. Alone.
Yes, Gloria, alone. Help myself with Lilt.
Now come the days of warm, bright sun. Carefree, happy days. These are days to enjoy again. Days to save in pictures. There'll be times like this in another year, but they won't be quite the same. For a little girl meets a dancing wave for the first time only once. And a proud young man brings his own catch home for the first time only once. A boy meets a girl on a summer day for the first time only once. And no other days will be quite the same in all the weeks to come. These are the days of family loves, days to save in pictures. Plan now to save your good times in pictures. Ask for Kodak film in the familiar Kodak box.
Welcome back. So, back to where we were. The United States joined World War II in December of 1941, and then the war finally ended September of 1945. Americans celebrated 4 different Independence Days during that time as soldiers were fighting overseas. By that first Independence Day, during the first year of our war involvement, in July of 1942, our country was experiencing shortages which kept people from being able to use fireworks as much as they were able to in the years past. President Franklin Roosevelt was quoted as saying that year that Independence Day would not be honored in the fireworks of make-believe, but in the death-dealing reality of tanks and planes and guns and ships. On that same day, July 4th, 1942, the first American airstrike on Germany took place. And a few years later, on July 4th, 1944, it was reported that over 1,000 U.S. guns were fired at a 4th of July salute in Normandy, France. The following year, in a speech to the nation to boost spirits while the war was on its last leg, President Harry Truman said, "We have humility for the guidance that has been given us of God in serving His will as a leader of freedom for the world." And then he went on to say, at the end of his speech, "Here at home, on this July 4th, 1945, let us honor our nation's creed of liberty and the men and women of our armed forces who are carrying this creed with them throughout the world."
Johnny, get your gun, get your gun, get your gun. Take it on the run, on the run, on the run. Hear them calling you and me, every son of liberty. Hurry right away, no delay, go today. Make your daddy glad to have had such a lad. Tell your sweetheart not to pine, to be proud her boy's in line. Over there, send the word over there, that the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming, the drums rum-tumming everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer, send the word to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over, over there, over there, over there. Send the word over there, that the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming, the drums rum-tumming everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer, send the word to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over, over there. Johnny, get your gun, get your gun, get your gun. Johnny, show the Hun you're a son of a gun. Hoist the flag and let her fly. Yankee Doodle, do or die. Pack your little kit, show your grit, do your bit. Yankees to the ranks, from the towns and the tanks. Make your mother proud of you, and the old red, white, and blue. Over there, send the word over there, that the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming, the drums rum-tumming everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer, send the word to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over, over
Now for the last topic of our show. When did fireworks at 4th of July celebrations start? Well, it looks like that actually dates all the way back to 1777, just a few years after our official independence from England. Before the Revolution, colonists actually held celebrations on the king's birthday and would have bonfires, parades, and make speeches. So during our first year of independence, some colonists actually held mock funerals for the king, symbolizing our separation from the monarchy. And by July 4th of 1777, the country held its first annual recognition of Independence Day, and fireworks were shot off in Philadelphia as well as in Boston. And the celebration in Boston was recorded as ending with a 13-gun salute from a ship's cannon. I thought that was pretty interesting. I honestly had no idea about any of this before I researched it myself, so I thought all that was pretty fascinating. But now I'd like to end out the show today by playing a version of America the Beautiful sung by Andy Williams on his television show in 1963.
For spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, God shed His grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. You know, when I was in Europe this summer, I had a chance to see how people in other countries live. I realized how wonderful it is to be here in America and how much we have to be truly thankful for. I suppose we all have a tendency now and then to take our blessings for granted, but somehow at this time of year, we think more about those blessings. Thomas Wolfe said it in his own way. He said this: to every man his chance, to every man, regardless of his birth, his shining golden opportunity. To every man, the right to live, to work, to be himself, and to become whatever thing his manhood and his vision can combine to make him. This, seeker, is the promise of America. Thank you.
Well, that's all the time we have today, folks. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you will tune in for future broadcasts. Now for one final quote said by Benjamin Franklin: "We must all hang together, or assuredly we shall all hang separately." And just something to keep in mind during the season and moving forward, that in a time where we have so many differing opinions and views in this country, we are still one people and one nation under God, with rich history under our belt. However divided we may be in our minds, may we still remember our humble beginnings and remember at the heart of things we are truly friends and family, and we are not enemies. God bless, and see you next time on Grandma Hour Radio.